bottom left-hand corner of the map, currently leading by 4-2. Was leading 4-0 though. He's slipping, he's sliding. Can he find a grip somewhere on this slippery cliff? Ladies and gentlemen, Creator, his opponent. He's making it very difficult for Creator to close this out.
Yeah, that's true.
Doing an exceptionally good job, but he has not been able to hold off an Immortal Sentry all-in yet. And he seems to just refuse to, 9 or 10 pull or anything like that. Though this time, Creator is going to be going out for a nice and early scout.
So this is
a little
build
more standard.
that I've seen
ladies and gentlemen,
do.
Zenio. I think I was moving all over the map talking about him. I don't think I actually introduced him.
This is build that I've seen Creator do.
Yeah.
It's relatively new. It's something that I really want him to do. It requires Sentries and Immortals. It's pretty strong on a majority of maps.
Yeah.
I think Parting
they
actually
call
counts
it
with
the Sentry Immortal.
Yeah, and I think that would be perfect here for this map. In fact, I really think he should go for it. It'd be the best build in A. And I don't think Zenio can hold it. From the play that I've seen in the past, I don't think he can go for it. And so that's what I'm really pulling for here.
Yeah.
Next is first.
I'm pulling for the same thing too, Tim.
Yeah.
I really want to see Creator go for an Immortal Sentry all-in.
That's, yeah.
And then I want to see Zenio hold it. And then I want to see the score be 4-3.
No. Well, 15 pull is on the way here.
Yes, it is.
From our boy Zenio. And it looks like it's going to be a Nexus first here. Now, I mentioned Immortal Sentry on here is pretty decent on this map, although counterattacks are a little bit easier to pull off, although
Zenio has not been going for that strategy.
He hasn't done it, and that might actually make it easier for him as well, because Creator might not do a full crazy wall in it as natural. It's a little bit easier to wall on this map because of how the cliffs kind of incline into each other. You only need, what, 3 buildings, I think, total to actually do it.
That was cute.
Yeah, bam. So he actually might leave an opening when he pushes out there and not follow it up with a pylon block afterwards, which, believe it or not, might work out for Zenio. Now, these are all might, so of course he should do it.
He's been pylon blocking, at least into his main, almost every game. He has tended to be like pylon, gateway, pylon, or something like that. But even the maps where he hasn't pylon walled at his natural, he's done it into his main. So.
All right, man. I'm watching these gas timings, and I'm ready to see where he's going for. Gateway follow-up here. Straight up for Creator, and we're just going straight into the matchup. I like this. He's going to the third. Every time, Zenio's gotten about a 4-minute third. There's been one time it's blocked, and that was the first game, I do believe. I wouldn't mind seeing a block immediately right here as well. Slow down that expansion for a good 30 seconds, and boy, you feeling pretty good. And he actually pulls away from here. Go back and put a pylon.
Hatcher's going to go down right on time.
Okay.
Go Zenio.
So Zenio looking pretty good. He's going for the build that he wants to go for. Hydra's actually pretty nice in this map because, can we go to the main real quick?
Yeah.
And look at the main and how that cliff, if you want to go down just a little bit. You have this whole cliff here. Come back down to the right side of the natural. You have Hydras that you can put up there, and they would reign supreme on a Mintry Sword or an Mintry. Oh my god, Immortal Sentry all-in. I've been talking way too much about this
because I called it a Sentry Immortal all-in.
Throwing me off. So they put the Hydras up there, and they actually would do a nice amount of DPS with the high ground. It could actually make it a little bit easier to hold off if he goes that route. So that's something to know. I wouldn't mind seeing that route.
Basically like baby siege tanks.
Yeah, basically. Except not as fun or as exciting, but they are way skinnier, so they're way more attractive to people. The natural third has been going up here for Zenio.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't get near a Hydra with a 10-foot pole if I was at a bar.
What if he had a 10-foot pole? Zealot's going to clear out the Zergling really quickly here, and it's going to be, he's actually beelining straight for the third. He wants to make sure that has been established. There isn't any crazy cheesy all-in or anything coming his way, which is probably fine. But with 4 Zerglings there, it can actually slow it down. With some nice micro, you can actually kill off a Zealot. With Cybernet score on the way, where Pristine pops up, and he's going Stargate.
Well, actually, Tim, he is going for an Immortal Sentry all-in, so don't worry.
So he's going to fight, he's going to cancel it and go for it?
No. He's going to make the Stargate, and he's going to make a couple of Phoenix, and then he's going to transition and wait for Zenio to go for Infestors.
I think you're making things up, man.
And then he's going to use the Phoenix to lift the Infestors. That's if Zenio goes for Infestors.
Yeah, this is actually really standard on Cloud Kingdom. You go Phoenix into a fast third, follow up into a Robo, and then you follow up into your Sentry Immortal correctly, but it will be a 3-base play.
Can we bet your pants on that?
No, I don't want to bet anything on it.
I know you don't.
I'm done with betting.
You're like really scared right now. It's actually quite funny. I haven't seen you this frightened since the day you moved to San Francisco.
I haven't had my heart beating this bad since my 8th grade dance, when the girl asked me to dance, and I was like, really? You want to dance? And then I got up and learned that I can't dance, and that was when my heart really started beating, because I was like, this is really embarrassing.
But you got the Rain Man.
That's my Rain Man dance.
We'll have to tweet a video of that.
So yes, Phoenix is now starting to pop out here. So this should just be Phoenix harassment, followed up into an expansion, of course, and then you follow up into the rowboat, then follow up into gateways. Very, very standard on this map. This is just pure creator standard play. Now he might throw in some double forge
or Immortal Sentry all in.
You can just do that randomly. Double forge would be cool. He actually only has one on the map, but with that third in this type of build, you can actually fit in a double forge pretty nicely. But he's actually getting his stalkers cut by Zerglings. This is a big mistake.
Yup, it's going to make that Immortal Sentry all in a lot weaker, not having a couple extra Stalkers and Zealots here in order to deal with this. Now back at home, he is working on that +1 upgrade and throwing down a couple of gateways with this.
Yep. Pretty standard.
Zerglings continuing to chase behind this Stalker. Of course, they're not going to be able to catch it so quick. But a couple of Spore Crawlers going down in order to deal with these Phoenix. We'll see if Zenio is going to start teching to Hydra or Infestor here. Because, you know, he does have that +1 and speed timed like you could go for Hydra, but it's built out a Creator. We'll have to wait and see.
Alrighty there. So +1 has been queued up as you mentioned, and here we go. The Phoenix is now flying across the middle of the map. There is only 3 here, so you can't really deal with a Queen. You can only pick off drones, or sit it above a Spore Crawler and lose it. Okay, there we go. So trying to pick up some Overlords. These Overlords are actually kind of all grouped up in a general area here. He could do some decent damage, but decided to go ahead and pull him back. And it looks like you actually are correct. I am completely wrong. He's followed up into 5 gateways here. Robo here as well, so he is going for a really strong aggressive play, and you're right. He just wants to pick up Infestors. Smart play from Kibbles over here.
I tried to get you to bet your pants, but you wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't do it. I really felt like it was going to be a standard play, but as we got to like the 8:30 mark, I was like, okay, maybe he's right, but I don't want to mention it until we see it. But yeah, you called it correctly here, and this is really strong. As mentioned, the Phoenixes are really important here in terms of just slowing down those Infestors so he can get his unit into a position where they don't get fungos on a ramp. Yeah,
I mean, it can be very scary. And he did go for Infestors, which is particularly what this build is bad against. That is bad against Creator's build, yeah. Creator's build is designed to take out Infestors. If instead he had gone for a lot of Hydralisks, he could have a ton of Hydras and actually hold this off reasonably well. But Creator got a really, really nice read. He actually didn't get the infestation pit, but no, it looks like he actually is going to be transferring.
Sorry? I'll check the gateways. I want to see if he's faking this or not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways total. Yeah, he's faking this. Slings are popping in. He's just going to go ahead and go for a push. He's got to be faking it. There's no way that he's going to do 8 gates off of 3 bases.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the chrono boosting on the gateways, it really does look like it. Because he lost those Stalkers and the Zealots, it's not too much of a surprise to see him taken all in to a whole nother level.
I like that Zenio's keeping tabs on this third, though. He keeps popping in there.
He hasn't seen any pylons or gateways or anything, so that actually makes this not too. He's not buying it. Look, he just queued up 26 Zerglings. He's like, nobody takes a third with just a Nexus.
Oh my god, the chat is cheering. He's actually reading this game correctly. Oh my gosh, the push is coming across the middle of the map.
Zenio, guys. But his build is weak against this. These Infestors are going to be all but useless because there are still Phoenix on the map. There are 5 of them.
How many Zealots does he have? Okay, he has a decent amount of Zealots, and here come the Phoenixes from the right side. You see them all, 5.
They are lined up for the Infestors.
Here comes the pickup.
Here they come.
They are picked up.
1, 2. He's going to pick up all these Infestors, kill them off. The Stalker's Immortal still pushing forward. Nice flank from the back, though. Immortal getting completely surrounded by from some Zerglings. Does Zenio have enough? He's falling back for the moment, but not killing the Warping in Zealots.
Stalkers have lived through, and there are a decent amount of Zealots here as well, but the Roaches are starting to pop out now. The Roaches are going to really help out here, especially since he killed off 1 Immortal. If he can get the 2nd Immortal, he's going to be feeling pretty strong about this. But with the Force Field, he's going to go ahead and hold off that push from coming straight on in. He's going to go ahead and tuck himself in between that Hatchery and that Vespine Geyser, but doesn't look like it's enough. More units are still popping out for Zenio, and he's just buying time here. He needs to just go ahead and focus down that Hatchery if he can. He's going to go ahead and charge forward. He does get a sick Force Field. I'm okay with that. And we're going to have Zell charging in as well.
115 supply for Zenio, and we know that's not good against an Immortal Sentry all-in, guys. Zealots, Roaches are doing what they can right now. The Sentries are actually out of energy, so I'd love to see him stutter step into this. But I don't know that he's kind of dancing right now, and Roaches, of course, with that shorter range, only 4, not able to engage heftily versus the Stalkers with 6 range. Zenio needs to just continue to stutter step, focus down the Immortal. He's going to manage to do that. Falling back, he needs to get inside the range of this Guardian Shield. It's preventing so much damage right now to Creator's units.
I would really like for him to pull back till he gets Zealous, and there we go, finally pulling back. I feel like he's being a little bit advantageous with the Stalkers, but with the Zealous Warpins now he can be a little bit more aggressive. But deciding, you know what, I've killed the 3rd, I'm feeling a little bit better on that. Gonna go ahead and pull on back. He's going to go ahead and kill off his pylon here, which is kind of really letting us know that he wants to go for a third base really quickly here. So going to follow up well, not quickly, but follow up into a third base. And now it's going to go into a macro game where he can follow up into some more upgrades, and then from there maybe go for a stronger push on a third if he sees one put up too quickly. The Immortals are pushing forward, but please don't lose those Immortals. Remember the last time we watched him, he was losing Immortals left and right because he had him rallied. So
yeah,
make sure he has his control a little bit on point this time.
Well, it's 44 workers to 46 right now, Creator, with an advantage in that regard. However, there are Infestors, of course, continuing to lift units. These Phoenix are just taking a decade to kill this Roach. But actually, that blew all pretty much of their grab lifts. So if there are 5 Infestors about to spawn, that's actually going to make them substantially more effective.
Well, apparently he doesn't want to go for a third. He just wants to go all in here. I guess a probe was sniped, and that was why he was breaking the pylons down to bring another probe on in. And here we go, charging in.
One
a nice
grab lift,
fungal
that's it.
going on the Zealots. That was a huge fungal. Another fungal as well could really dispatch a lot of these units very quickly here. But there's just so many units. Stalkers and Immortals pushing forward. And I think Creator may have won it. I think I'm keeping my pants. Oh my god, I'm so happy.
Fungal growth gonna hit all the sentries though, and tagging the Immortals as well. The Queen's getting off a lot of damage, but the Infestors are all out of energy, and Creator is going to push forward for the win. GG. Zenio going to lose 5-2.
Zenio, I'm proud of you, man. You were coming back. We were
Man.
excited. It was going to happen. Fantastically played, and you know, I think if he would have spawned just a little bit quicker to that third, and he would have just like hard on engaged when Zealots were actually gone, he may have dispatched the whole entire army of Creator. But Creator, it's too good, making the series 5-2.
Hey, but Zenio secured a couple of wins and definitely put on a performance, although he was down 4-0 in the beginning, which I was really, really worried about, man. I did not want to see Zenio get 5-0 because we know he's a better player than that.
Yeah,
he really
made
is.
it certainly very exciting, that's for sure. So, with that being said, guys, Fight Club is coming into a wraps tomorrow. Make sure you check out the cast. It's going to be MVP
going up against Karante
versus Karante. That is correct. You got your Vortex, your Lucifron. You got all of them players ready to take him on. I think it's MVP's first time playing actually in the Premier Division, while it'll be the second time for Karante. All right. With that being said, we done for the day?
Yeah, we're all done, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in. If you're not already following our newest caster, you're going to want to get that done. He's at IPL Robin. And you guys can follow me at Kibbles on Twitter. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we hope you guys enjoyed Fight Club as I know oh my goodness. As much
Thanks. Have a good
as
night.
we did. Bye.